What if the world's most dangerous secret wasn't locked in a bank, or buried in gold but hidden in a single file? A file that could collapse nations, erase fortunes, and rewrite history itself. Tonight, 7 strangers will risk everything to steal it. But the real question is, which of them will survive long enough to... The story begins in Berlin, late winter. Snow drifts down on the city, as a man in a long black coat walks alone through a deserted street. His name, at least the one the team knows him by, is the Architect. Nobody knows his real name. Nobody knows where he came from. But one thing is clear. His mind is a weapon sharper than any blade. The Architect isn't looking for money. He isn't looking for fame. He's chasing something far more dangerous, control. Over the next few minutes, we see how he handpicks his crew. Each scene is cinematic, almost surgical in detail. Raven, the hacker. She's found in a dark internet cafe in Bucharest, surrounded by 5 monitors, her fingers flying across the keyboard. She's silent, unreadable, and brilliant. The Architect slides her a folder. Inside, a blueprint of the Federal Data Reserve. Without looking up, she whispers, "Encrypted fortress. Impossible to crack. Unless I do it." Blaze, the explosives expert. In an abandoned warehouse in Naples, he's testing homemade charges. He lights one, calmly walks away, and the entire wall behind him collapses. He smirks. The Architect offers him a cigarette and says, "How would you like to blow up history instead of concrete?" Viper, the ex-soldier, found in a seedy underground fight club in Warsaw. Bloodied, brutal, but unbroken. He wins with precision, not rage. When the Architect hands him the plan, Viper simply says, "How many guns do we need?" Echo, the negotiator, a con artist working in Monaco's casinos, charming millionaires out of their fortunes. He's smooth, dangerous, and impossible to pin down. The Architect finds him at a roulette table. Echo grins. "I don't gamble with money. I gamble with people." Ivy, the thief. We meet her in Paris, dangling upside down in a jewelry store. Her movements graceful as a dancer. She steals not for profit, but for the thrill. When she meets the Architect, she smirks. "I don't break into places. I glide through them." Shade, the master of disguises. He's introduced while impersonating a wealthy art dealer in London. His performance is flawless. Voice, mannerisms, everything. When he removes the mask in front of the Architect, it's almost unsettling. Shade whispers, "Faces are just keys, and I hold them all." The team gathers in an abandoned subway station beneath Berlin. The air smells of rust and dust. Broken lights flicker above as the Architect steps into the center. He lays out the plan. The Federal Data Reserve, a fortress said to be impossible to breach. Layers of biometric scanners, armed guards, and AI-driven surveillance. But inside, hidden beneath all the gold and fake ledgers, lies the Black Archive. "This is no ordinary heist," the Architect says, his voice calm but firm. "We are not stealing money. We are stealing the truth. A truth that governments will kill to bury." The crew exchange uneasy glances. Raven asks coldly, "What's in the file?" The Architect pauses, then replies, "Enough to make the world burn." Foreshadowing tension. Already cracks begin to show. Viper doesn't trust Echo. Smooth talkers always sell someone out. Blaze laughs at Ivy, calling her a cat burglar unfit for a mission this big. Shade says nothing but watches everyone carefully, almost too carefully. But the Architect remains calm. "Trust me," he says. "When this is over, the world will remember us as legends. Or not at all." The sound of a train passing above rattles the walls. The camera zooms on the team's faces. 7 strangers, united by greed, revenge, and something darker. The night has come. Berlin is quiet, blanketed in snow, its streets glowing under yellow lamps. Deep underground, the crew stands in silence, each wearing identical black tactical suits, masks pulled over their faces. The Architect's voice comes through the earpieces, calm and steady. "Remember, every second counts. One mistake, and the world will never know your names." The team moves like shadows. Shade, dressed as a city contractor, flashes false credentials at the outer gate. The guards barely glance, his disguise is flawless. Ivy slips through the shadows, climbing silently to the rooftop, disabling a security camera with a tiny mirror device. Blaze hauls a heavy case of tools, planting silent-shaped charges at the rear wall, designed not to explode loudly, but to cut through steel silently. The first barrier falls, Raven's voice whispers through the comms. Camera loop running. You've got 6 minutes before the AI notices a pattern. The crew slides inside the federal data. Reserve, an underground fortress, lit with cold, white light. Long corridors stretch endlessly, filled with laser grids and patrol guards. Shade leads the way, impersonating a low-level technician. With a forged badge and Raven's digital spoof, he waves through biometric doors. Viper mutters under his breath. Feels too easy. They move deeper, passing rooms stacked with gold bars, jewels, and fake ledgers of world debts. Blaze stares wide-eyed. Billions! Right in front of us. And we're walking past it? The architect's voice cuts in sharply. Focus! That's bait! The real treasure is the Black Archive. The crew pushes on, tension rising. Finally, they reach a control room glowing with screens. Raven plugs into the central hub, her fingers flying across the keyboard. For a moment, her eyes light up. She's in. But then her smile fades. No, this isn't right. Her voice trembles. There's a second firewall, invisible, adaptive. This wasn't on the blueprints. The architect goes silent. Viper growls. What the hell does that mean? Raven replies coldly. It means someone knew we were coming. The room freezes. Everyone turns to look at each other. Suspicion flickers in their eyes. Echo breaks the silence with a smirk. Well, maybe the great architect doesn't know everything after all. The architect finally speaks. No system builds itself. Someone inside the reserve upgraded security at the last minute, or, his voice hardens, someone on the inside told them. Tension erupts. Viper shoves Echo against the wall. I knew you'd sell us out. Ivy steps between them, knife flashing in her hand. Stop it! Fighting now will get us all killed. Blaze laughs nervously. Maybe one of us isn't who we say we are. Shade watches silently, his eyes unreadable. The architect interrupts. Listen, you don't need to trust each other. You only need to trust me. Now, Raven, break it. Raven breathes deeply. Her hands blur across the keyboard, battling the AI system. Lines of code flash. Alarms start to hum softly. Sweat beads on her forehead. Finally, she slams the enter key. The firewall flickers, then collapses. We're in, she whispers. The vault door begins to unlock with a deep mechanical roar. The team steps inside, expecting piles of documents, servers, maybe weapons. But the chamber is almost empty. In the center of the room sits a single pedestal, and on it, not stacks of gold, not a diamond-encrusted crown, just one small encrypted drive sealed inside a transparent cube. The crew stares in disbelief. Blaze explodes. We risked our lives. For this, a piece of metal? Raven whispers, almost in awe. No, this is more dangerous than gold. The architect's voice is calm, almost chilling. That drive contains the Black Archive. Secret treaties, hidden debts, names of corrupt leaders, backroom deals. With this file, you don't just steal money, you own the world. The room falls silent. The team has the drive, but the trust between them is already cracking. And someone, inside or outside, is playing a far deadlier game. The crew stands frozen in the chamber, staring at the tiny encrypted drive glowing inside its glass case. Viper growls. This is insane. We walked past billions and we're leaving with a toy? Ivy steps closer, her eyes fixed on the cube. No, it's more than that. Look at the security. They built this room to protect one thing. That means this is worth more than all the gold combined. Raven carefully lifts the cube, her fingers trembling. This isn't just worth money. This is leverage. Whoever controls this file controls governments. The architect's voice, calm but sharp. Now you understand. The world bleeds not because of money, but because of secrets. And tonight those secrets belong to us. But before they can move, alarms blare. Red lights flash across the chamber. The trap is sprung. Guards storm the tunnels, heavily armed. Raven's hack triggered a silent failsafe. Blaze curses under his breath. We're surrounded. Viper loads his rifle. Then we fight. Gunfire erupts. The chamber becomes chaos. Bullets ricochet. Sparks shower, smoke fills the air. Blaze detonates a charge, collapsing one passage to buy time. Go, he yells. I'll hold them. The crew hesitates, but Blaze shoves them forward. Grinning. Every great story needs a sacrifice. Seconds later, his charges explode, sealing him inside with the guards. Silence follows. One man gone. At the escape through tunnels. The survivors sprint through maintenance shafts, sirens wailing above. Raven clutches the cube like it's her lifeline. Echo whispers urgently, "We need an exit strategy." The architect guides them through comms. North tunnel. Old sewer line, move. But as they run, Viper notices something. Echo isn't panicked. He isn't even breathing hard. He's smiling. "Why the hell are you smiling?" Viper snarls. Echo shrugs, eyes glinting. "Because I know something you don't." Before anyone can react, the lights cut out. Total darkness.